Hey, this is Mr. Millay, and here is your video review for your quiz coming up in U.S. history. Terms that you need to know for matching are the Articles of Confederation. You need to know what they were. You need to know what the Annapolis meeting was about. Checks and balances, you need to know what they are. You need to know the difference between a unicameral and a bicameral government. You need to know that Native Americans didn't count at all for taxation and representation. You need to know that the slaves counted as 3/5 of a person, the 3/5 compromise. You need to know what the executive, judicial, and legislative branches do. You also, for matching, need to know the people I'm going to give you on this list: George Washington, Ben Franklin, John Adams, William Patterson. William Patterson famously came up with the New Jersey plan for the smaller states. George Mason wrote the Bill of Rights, and he didn't sign the Constitution until it had a Bill of Rights. James Madison came up with the idea for the convention of the Virginia Plan, and Patrick Henry didn't go, even though he didn't go to the convention. You need to know that Rhode Island never came to the Constitutional Convention. You need to know that the Articles of Confederation could not tax the states, but they could create a Navy and post office and ask for troops. You need to be able to tell me the differences between the New Jersey and Virginia plan, at least two differences. Virginia plan was for bigger states, and it had proportional representation, and it had two houses. The New Jersey plan had one house. It was unicameral. It had representation being the same for every state, and it was for the smaller states. You need to know that we know most of the things about the Constitutional Convention because James Madison wrote a journal. You need to know what the 3/5 compromise is. You need to know how the vice president was originally selected. You need to know about Shays' Rebellion and what it did. You need to know some of the arguments people had against the Constitution when it was first proposed. You need to know what the Federalist Papers were. You need to know what date the Constitution was ratified. September 17th, 1787. That's the only date you need to memorize for this. You need to know what the Connecticut Compromise was and how it solved the problem of representation in our Congress. And if you study all of those things, you'll be set up just fine for your quiz in U.S. history.